Mr. Balamal here. Welcome back to another YouTube live stream. We are doing some home improvements in the backyard. I've got some fresh mulch. It's good for growing stuff. I've been getting this area ready for about a year now, just a little over a year. It's just so dry, right? The ground is so dry that I just have to, I've been beating it, and then just adding manure and pretty much just manure. It's been back here in the front. I already added the mulch, and it's sticking to the ground really well, especially after it rains. It keeps that compost nice and wet, and it really works itself and just continues to soften the ground underneath by layer by layer by layer by layer. If you live in a more dry climate, right, then you're definitely going to have at least 3 foot of fresh soil in order for it to really penetrate and create more layers beneath it and turn that dirt, that hard compact dirt underneath, nice and soft, so that through time, everything is a cycle, right? Just like the water, right? Like water from the ocean to the clouds to the ground, right? Kind of the same thing with your ground. So you see that the soil is looking real good, right? I haven't touched this soil really. I haven't done a whole lot of watering for about a year. I'm gonna get my microphone so that you guys can hear a little better. So we're gonna do that. That way you guys can hear me. As you know, the further I get from the camera, you'll still be able to hear me. Geez, I am out of breath. But I'm gonna show you guys this other section I have. I'll show you the front yard where I did sort of the same thing, but I didn't prep the front yard nearly as much as I prepped here in the backyard. So you guys are gonna see, like over here, so my front yard is completely different now, but it is improving. I have a lot of work, but it is improving. But you see how that ground is it's nice and hydrated now with fresh soil, so that's looking good. I'm gonna get my microphone so it's easier for all of you to hear me. Let's go into the lounge. All right, here we go. So you guys are gonna be able to see that you can hear me from almost anywhere with these. Just clip this on like so. And I'm gonna need you guys to give me a thumbs up if you can still hear me once I put this in, okay? Need you guys to give me a thumbs up. Make sure you guys can still hear me. All right, how's that? Can you all still hear me? Yeah? See, make sure I'm pressing the right button on this thing. Yeah, there we go. All right, thumbs up in the chat if you can still hear me. All right, let's go rock it outside. those on. I'm gonna turn this bad boy into a selfie stick real quick. All right, so check it out. So as you guys can see, what I've done back here, look at how I've completely changed this area. All this is gonna be concrete right here. You see this where these bags lay? To the corner of the house. I'm gonna leave that all dirt. I'm gonna plant some more back there, or I might just leave it dirt. But it's gonna be concrete all over here. This is gonna be completely covered in concrete, except for this area is gonna have grass. And as you can see, it's still pretty fresh. Looks good, right? I've got rocks ready to go. I'm gonna be renting a Bobcat here pretty soon, and a little truck and trailer to go and dump this shit. But yeah, little by little, man. Everything's little by little. I work a lot, so I hardly have time, and I don't want to spend too much money on, on labor. So I try to do what I can myself. And as you can see, this has been working out. Set you guys up here. All right. All right, so I've got my microphone on now, so you guys will at least be able to hear me. Let me get on my gloves here. You guys should be able to hear me here. Microphone still checks out okay. Let me make sure. Yeah, there we go. All right. Yeah, we are good. Good, man. Thank you for that, Saints Laurent. Appreciate that. Yeah, man, I've just been working on my house for the last about year and a half. As soon as I moved in, I live here in Southern California, for those of you who don't know. Yes, it is possible to be a truck driver and buy a home in a good old expensive ass Southern California. But I love it here. I've already trucked all over the United States, and I wouldn't live anywhere else. No, Montana is somewhere that I would move if I had to. I'd go to Montana. I'd go to Cincinnati, Ohio. That country out there is beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. My sister lives out there in Ohio, and we really enjoyed our time out there. There's actually a lot to do. It's not boring at all. I enjoyed it. But to me, nothing beats California. I mean, I grew up here. It's pretty much all I know, but you can't say that I haven't been other places. When I was out in the South, right, it's fun in Louisiana and all these other places, but I have a family, so I'm not going to subject them to the harsh weather out there as far as tornadoes and hurricanes go. I'm not going to uproot them from the rest of our family here and take them somewhere they're not familiar, If I don't have to, I'm not going to do it. So anyway, what's up, babe? Hey, babe, can you put some hot water to boil? This thing's pointing this way, okay? The camera's pointing this way, so you know. What's wrong? You all right? Who? Go drink some of that juice that I juiced up. And if you want me to make more? Norma, I didn't even use all the bags, babe. I just used 12 minus 4. 8 bags. Not bad. I don't think I'm ever going to have to touch it again. This mulch will keep it moist enough. Over there, I'm going to have to add a little more because it's kind of getting, well, not really. Just like in a couple of spots. I'm probably going to take some dirt from here and put it over there after a couple of months because this is going to get the soil all good and wet. What? I let them out. Yeah, Stark's right here and Rhodey's over here too. All right. Yeah, 3 likes. Let's get those likes up, you guys, and then we're gonna go into some more details, some more talking about trucking and whatnot. Yeah, when you guys get what was I gonna tell you? When you guys get a chance, go and look over there on my channel at my interview with American Sputnik. He's an Army veteran buddy of mine. He's grown his channel like to 7,500 subscribers in under, I think he did that in less than like 2 months. I think he did that in maybe about 8 months. I'm going to be going out to Russia to chill with him soon. And so this is going to be a travel channel, travel and home improving. So you guys are going to see here in a little while, maybe a couple of months, this area right here, I'm going to plant a tree. Okay. I don't know what kind of tree I'm going to plant yet. I may actually uproot this plum tree that I have. See that tree? I might uproot that tree and put it over there instead. But the thing is, I'm going to end up improving this area that you see. All this right here is going to be fresh soil, like from, you see how this circle goes all the way over there? It's going to cut to the right. It's going to come back maybe to about, it's only going to come up to this curb, and it's going to be a straight line to the fence, and it's going to be all just pure soil. And then right here is going to be all concrete. So I'm going to stretch the concrete. I'm going to spread it out over all the way to the fence line. So all this, instead of rocks, is just going to be pure concrete. The rocks that you guys see here is not a big deal. I'm not worried about the weeds either. All I do, I don't even spray weed killer. I just maybe 2 times before we hit the spring, I'll come out here, and as soon as I start seeing spring up, well, I pick a couple of weekends and I just come out and I, just whack them out with a really good tool that I have. There's a really good tool that I have for that, and I get the weeds out pretty easily that way. So I mean, I'm not too concerned about that. It's not a big deal. Everything else is going to be concrete. So all that you're seeing out beyond over there where the trampoline is, that's all going to be concrete. Right here, we're going to have, instead of this fucked up pool, we're going to have, it's just dirty right now. It is a pretty good little place to get wet in. But we're going to make a nice fire pit. One of those ones that you walk in and it's got lights and shit. That's what we're going to do with that. So it's going to be beautiful, man. And then over here, this is going to be all concrete. That concrete, right? The back of the garage to this line is concrete all the way up to here. The concrete's going to come all the way out. So I might bring that out. I might not. I'm thinking about just leaving it. What do you guys think? Bring the soil out further, or should I leave it where it is? But this isn't going to be a problem, especially once I get the concrete here. That's not going to be an issue. I'm most likely going to take these borders out. That was just to keep everything in for the most part, which it's actually holding really well. So I'm going to spread this dirt out a little bit more, and we're going to talk a little trucking right now, because people are out there saying that you can't buy a home and be a truck driver. I remember when I first started my channel, people were telling me, why are you getting into trucking? You're not going to be able to buy a house. You're not going to be able to go on vacations. And there's content creators out there that swear that, trucking is dying. They use their specific words that they use as trucking is a dying industry. No, it's not a dying industry, because as an investor, you do want to invest in some trucking companies, right? It's still alive for them. It's dying for us, right? So people just have to be careful with the way they word what it is that they're saying, right? But that's just a sign of poor communication skills, is all that really is. We know what you're trying to say, but you need to say what you mean and mean what you say out here, right? As far as being out here trucking, buy dirt, man. Buy land, buy a home, and improve on that home, because it is an appreciating asset, especially in California. You know, once I'm done paying off this house in a few years, I'll definitely be working on buying more. Whether it's land or another home, I'm going to be buying. So, all right, we're looking good here, actually. I started this live stream when I was about done with all this shit, anyways. I've got this land tiller, and it's done me very well. This thing has treated me well, this land tiller right here. That's what I used to break up the soil. Now, the ground here was so damn hard that I had to break it with an axe, or call it a Pulaski. I had to break it up with a Pulaski first in order to make it soft enough to get the nice, good soil in there, right? And all I used in the beginning was manure. I just barely started using mulch, and I make my own mulch. You see these leaves? Every fall, these leaves fall. And when they do that, I save it. And over the last year, I just ground it all up, right? All I had to do was get a shovel and it didn't take much. I just, chopped it up, and then I spread it out evenly over my dirt. I wet it, and I wet it every day. And little by little, it gets into the soil and it softens the hard packed soil underneath. Now, like I said earlier, depending on how hard your ground is, you may need to use up to 3 feet, okay, sometimes even 4. So for ground like you're looking at here, right, not where you see the fresh soil, but out there where you see that dry, hard, compact shit, this dry stuff over here, right, you'll need to get an axe. You need to break it all up. Once you break it all up, you come in with manure, and you buy as much manure as you can afford, lay it out, and wet it depending on how hot it is in your environment. If you got freaking soil like this, then it's hot out there. But see, that's the funny thing. Here in Apple Valley, California, I mean, I'm telling you guys, it really ain't even that hot. The hottest that we've had this summer is 101 or 102. And it's dry. It's not humid. It doesn't choke you, We don't even run our air conditioner all day long. We run it from 9 p.m. Probably to like 6 a.m. Turn it off. By that time, it's like 63 degrees. Turn it off, maybe turn it on again at 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. Run it to about 3:30, 4 p.m. And we don't even have to do that every day. Fortunately, if you have a home that has, good insulation, it's going to be good at keeping the cool air in and the hot air out, or in the winter, keeping the hot air in and the cold air out. It's all about that insulation. So, I mean, dude, we've made leaps and bounds in here. I've already done a live stream where I showed the inside, where I put new floor in there and all that stuff. If it's your first time here, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're doing a lot of cool new stuff here, you guys. Make sure you hit like on this video and check out my live stream with American Sputnik. He is a former he's a retired Army combat veteran, really good buddy of mine. I'm going to be visiting him out in Russia. We're going to do videos together. I've been telling him for a long time, dude, you got to start a channel. So he finally has himself 7,000 subscribers, and he did that in less than 2 months as soon as he started making his videos. So it's popping off. My channel is going to be popping off pretty soon. So whether you're here or not, it's going to happen. People are going to be watching. I'm going to be trying new foods in different countries. I'm going to be going on new adventures in different countries. I like to backpack. I like to hike. So we're going to be doing a lot of that type of shit, and it's all happening right here on YouTube. Yes, you guys are looking at, and this isn't arrogance. This is speaking positivity into existence. As my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ is my witness, I am going to be a multi-millionaire, billionaire, I should say, and I'm going to help a lot of people. That's my goal, is I want to help people. Now, I know it's going to be difficult to do things on a grand scale, but one person at a time, a group at a time, an organization at a time, I'm going to help. And that's what I want to do. So with that said, you guys, make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe. My videos that I have out there, they ain't all the best, but we're going somewhere. And I'm taking you with me, Mr. By the Mile.